So, do you want to know 5 online businesses you can start in your spare time? My guess is yes, you do, or else you wouldn't be here. Now, here's the cool part about starting an online business in your spare time. One of the things that I have always tried to do is be as efficient as I possibly could in my life and in business. And if you want to be efficient, then you really need to look at an online business as your way of supplementing your income and making a little bit more money. And that's the reason why doing an online business in your spare time is a must for anybody in 2020. So today I have a little bit of a variety of different things you can do online to make money in 2020, but by only taking a little bit of your time. And I'm talking about less than 10 hours per week in order to make a full-time income. Now, before we jump into this video and talk about these 5 online businesses you can start in your spare time, I first want to address one major thing a lot of people just don't talk about. One of the things that a lot of people, especially a lot of gurus and experts online, they don't talk about is the amount of time it takes to really devote into your business in order to become successful. Now, every business is different, every person is different, okay? Nobody's the same. But here's the issue that I see so many people facing. Everyone says, oh, you can make full-time income in under 10 hours. I just said that, right? Now, you're probably thinking, oh, that's great. I got 10 hours this week. I can make a full-time income. Well, yes, you can. But in the beginning, in the initial stages of your business, there is an issue that you're gonna face, and that is just the learning curve that comes with any business that you run. Now, the cool part about this, and the reason why I love online businesses, is you spend a lot of time up front, okay? You spend all these hours working on your business, and all of a sudden, it takes off. But while your business takes off, you can actually take a step back and work on your business as opposed to working inside of it. Okay, so I'm gonna give you 5 online businesses that you can start today in your spare time and make a full-time income. The first business that I highly recommend, and again, this is a business that you can spend less than 10 hours per week actually running, and you can seriously make a full-time income, and that is running an eBay business. Now, I know what a lot of people say is an eBay business is not technically a business because it takes so much work. An eBay business is a business. Is it a passive income? No, it's not. But I'm not telling you about how to create a passive income from eBay. I want you to understand eBay at its base, as the basics of eBay. You list something on eBay, it sells, you ship it off to the customer, and you make the money. It's that simple. Now, when it comes to starting an eBay business in your spare time, there's a lot of things you can do to try to get products to sell. Now, you can go and talk to friends and family. You can go and search in your basement, in your attic, in your garage, and maybe in your shed and try to figure out what you have to sell. That could make you a little bit of money, but there's a better option. One of the things that I'm a firm believer in is that you should pay as little as possible for the best products that you can possibly sell. And the best place to buy that type of product is from a thrift store or a yard sale. So, I highly recommend you go into a thrift store or a yard sale. I personally would rather go into a thrift store or a second-hand store because I know that they're going to have something. They're going to have clothing, they're going to have shoes, they're going to have books, they're going to have electronics, sporting goods, kitchen items, a bunch of different stuff for you to pick through and figure out what items could you actually sell and make a profit. So if you don't know what to look for at thrift stores, okay, go and check out this video right here where I show you how and what items to sell that will sell for over $100. The reason why I created that video was very simple. A lot of people are spending hours and hours and 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 hours a week inside thrift stores trying to find inventory to sell. But their problem, okay, and this is the reason why I said an eBay business is an incredible business to start in your spare time because it only takes 10 hours or less, is because you go into the thrift stores and you find very popular products. For example, a product that sells for over $100 that you can easily find is a VHS player. They don't make them anymore. And so you can easily sell these for $100, $200, $300 plus. Okay? So that's something that you can spend 5 minutes in the thrift store. You can find this one item and you just made, $200 after all your fees and shipping and your buy costs. You might be in it, $5, $10 shipping, $10, $15, and then you sell it for $100 or more. You you can easily make a full-time income just selling VHS players if you can find them inside your thrift stores. So that is the very first online business I highly recommend to start in your spare time, is running an eBay business. Now, if you don't know what to buy, again, go and check out that video, or you can go and check out my course. It's called Thrift Store Profits. I'll put a link down in the description box below along with the discount code so you don't have to pay full price. Now, let's talk about business number 2, starting a YouTube channel. Now, a lot of people think creating a YouTube channel is a lot of work. They just don't have the face for video. They don't have the voice for video. They just don't have the overall package for video. Nobody does. Okay, I can tell you right now, some of the best YouTubers on the internet right now are probably not the top 10 prettiest people in the world. Okay, but they know how to do it. They have a passion for the video. They have a passion for the content that they're putting out there, and so they continue to do it and can make money from it. Now, I said you can make money. Okay, you can start a business today in your spare time. It's gonna take you less than 10 hours per week. But how do you do that with a YouTube channel? It's actually very simple. The first thing you want to do is create some type of epic content, some really good video. And all you gotta do is create 2 to 3 videos per week. So that would be, for example, a Tuesday and Thursday style video, or maybe a Monday, Wednesday, Friday type publishing dates. But the cool part about creating a YouTube channel is you can create about anything. You can publish videos on anything you want and make a full-time income from it. Let me give you an example. I have a friend that he likes to do mountain biking, so he talks about mountain biking on his YouTube channel. I have another friend that does roofing, so he teaches people how to do roofing on his YouTube channel. I have another friend, okay, that does daycare, and so that's what she does. She talks about how she started a daycare, the issues that she had, the items that she had to buy, the struggles that she had when it came to enrolling new kids at her daycare, and so all this stuff. She has a passion for that. They have a passion for their things. All you gotta do is find a passion, put it online, publish a video, and profit off of that video. Now, I don't want to spend a whole lot of time talking about how to create a YouTube channel, because seriously, I could spend days, weeks, even months talking about YouTube and the different things, the different avenues that you can kind of go down, the different ways you can make money from it, and in the end, you're gonna do what you want to do. I think this is an incredible opportunity. 2020 is the time to start your YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. So if you want to create a YouTube channel, I highly recommend it. It is a great business. However, it does take time. There's a learning curve, like I said, with the eBay business as well. But in the end, this is gonna be one of those businesses that's gonna be more passive than active. So if you're gonna create a business, I'd recommend you create 2. Create one of these active style online businesses, and then the second one, create a YouTube channel, and then document your journey inside that business and tell people exactly how you're doing it. The third online business you can start in your spare time is an Instagram influencer. Now, you're probably wondering, what's an Instagram influencer? Is that something that I could do? Do I need a lot of followers? And I want to tell you this. An Instagram influencer is somebody that has an Instagram account that has a decent amount of followers, but people that are engaged in their content. For example, don't look at my Homemade Entrepreneur YouTube channel, because that's not a good example of an influencer, okay? I'm not that. So what you want to look for and what you want is a YouTube channel that has a bunch of maybe your friends, your family members, but a bunch of outside people as well that you could actually influence as to, hey, go and buy this product, or I recommend you should go to this hotel if you go and travel to France. I recommend you go and stay here if you're gonna go travel to Chicago, Illinois. So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna get people to listen to your recommendations. And the way you do that is through a simple shout out, or you can put somebody's link in your Instagram account. And the way this works, the way you make money is these businesses, these hotel owners are gonna pay you a set fee that you set, and they're gonna give you that money for you to go and post about their business, their hotel, this new clothing brand, that specific shaver. And the nice thing about becoming an Instagram influencer is the more people that you have trying to vie for your business and trying to pay you for those ad spots or pay you for that shout out time, the more people that are trying to do that, they're gonna compete against each other. That means you can actually increase your prices. So instead of just making, $10 or $5 per shout out, you can easily make $50, $100, $500 or more for every single shout out that you do. And the more that you do on a specific topic, the better off you're gonna be. Now let me answer this question for you. How many people do I need on Instagram to become an Instagram influencer? Now, here's the thing. This is not a set number. Most people think I have to have 100,000 followers on Instagram or nobody's gonna pay me. That's not necessarily the truth. If you have 2,000 highly engaged followers on Instagram, companies will pay you. They're not gonna pay you top dollar, but they're gonna pay you a decent amount of money to shout out their business, their company, their new product, okay, their launch that they're gonna do. They will pay you for you to shout them out. And the best part about this is, even if you have a 2,000 follower account, which is not a lot, but if, let's say you post a post and you get 6,000 likes on it, and you get a bunch of people that are commenting, and you get a bunch of new followers, what that usually means is those followers that you have are highly engaged. They're willing to look at everything that you're posting, and because of that, these companies are going to pay you more money. So again, it's not about the count, it's about the engagement. So create an engaging audience, and I guarantee you'll start making some money as an Instagram influencer. Online business number 4, and this is something that I did a lot when I first started making money online. I don't do it as much anymore. However, I still do it a little bit just to keep my mind fresh, be creative, and just get out there and make a little bit extra money. But that is creating a service business. Now, what's a service business? A service business is a business that offers a service. For example, a lawn care company would be a service business. Not an online business, but they'd still be a business. So what is a good online service business that you can start in your spare time? Now, I actually talked about this about a week or so ago, so if you want to see that video, you can go and check it out right here. It's called How to Make Money Typing. Now, you can easily become a freelance writer. A freelance writer, all they do is write articles, emails, blog posts. You can write, copy, sales letters. You can create essays. You can do, short letters, short, ebooks, a full ebook. There's a bunch of options. But that's just as a freelance writer. Maybe you're not a good writer. You're very slow. You're not really good with the English or any other language. Maybe your expertise and the service that you should be recommending or you should be offering is a video editor. Maybe you do Photoshop and you're really good at editing photos. Maybe that's a great option for you. Or you are really good at just creating thumbnails. Maybe that's the service that you can create. The purpose behind a service business is to make somebody's life a little bit easier. Okay, this is the same reason why people will pay to have their lawn mowed. People will pay a maid service to come in and clean their house because they just don't have the time. They value their time more than the money that it's going to cost to pay that service provider to offer that service. And that's where you come in. If you can write an article better and it's pretty much cheaper than what they could do on their own, they're going to hire you to do it. It just makes sense. Now, the last business, which isn't the last on the list as far as the best business or the worst, but the last one as far as number 5 as to the 5 online businesses you can start in your spare time, is a clothing business, and particularly a used clothing business. Now, I know you're thinking like, whoa, wait. Isn't a used clothing business just like an eBay business? Yes and no. So for me personally, and I don't know if everybody does this, but for me personally, I try to keep my clothing business, my used clothing business, and my eBay account, my main eBay account, separate. And the reason why I do this is simple. I like to know exactly what's being spent, exactly what's being made, and I don't like to mix either one of those businesses because I've started them at different times. My used clothing business that I have on eBay, okay, I do sell on eBay and I do sell a little bit on Poshmark. That's where I sell the majority of my clothing. Now, all the clothing, all the men's clothing goes on eBay. Pretty much all the used women's clothing is going on eBay, and it's also being listed or cross promoted over on Poshmark as well, and a little bit on Mercari. Now, here's the cool part about starting a clothing business, and again, a used clothing business. I'm just gonna say clothing, but I mean used clothing business is You can find clothing for $1, $2, $3 that sells for easily 20, 25, 30, maybe even 50 bucks. And the nice thing about this is it doesn't take a lot of sales in order to make a full-time income using a used clothing business type model. Now, if you want to learn a little bit more about how to create a full-time income selling clothing, go and watch that video right there where I talk about how to make a full-time income selling clothing. Now, here's what you need to know about clothing. Clothing takes a little bit of time to list, to take pictures, to write out all the flaws, to measure. So because of that, you want to make sure that you are selling it for over $20 or else it really isn't worth it. And I say this because the majority of used clothing that I get personally, I'm either buying from a thrift store or a yard sale. Now, I do get some used clothing from wholesale suppliers that pretty much buy a bunch of used clothing and they ship it off to different people, for example, me. And the cool part about used clothing is, number one, it's cheap. Number two, it's everywhere. Number three, it sells all year round. So unlike some sporting goods, for example, football cleats that are only going to sell when football is right about in season, or baseball mitts, that's something that it still sells year round, but the sales really drop. They really go down. And so that's one of the reasons why I really like clothing and used clothing in particular. Now, I'm not big on buying women's clothes. I still do a little bit, but I'm not big on that simply because I don't know it. So what I recommend to you is spend some time online, spend some time on eBay, spend some time on Google. Go and check out my course, Thrift Store Profits, where I talk about 67 plus profitable products you can buy right now at thrift stores and start making some money. And one of the things I talk about are clothing and the specific brands you should be looking for. And so that's again what I recommend. Go and find these nice, different products, these nice used clothing, gently used clothing, sell them or list them on eBay and sell them, because in the end, it doesn't matter what you sell, it doesn't matter how much you sell it for, the goal is just to make money, move inventory. Okay, buy items for a low amount, $2, $3, $4, sell them for $20 or higher, and make the profit. Here's something I want you to really understand when it comes to a used clothing business as your spare time hustle, is that yes, you can start this and work less than 10 hours per week. The problem is going to be that you need to be efficient. You need to be highly effective when it comes to listing your inventory. So when you go into these thrift stores or go to a yard sale or however you're going to get your used clothing, you need to be as quick as humanly possible. But at the same time, be efficient. Look at all the product. Maybe you're selling a polo shirt. Look at the shirt. There can't be any rips, tears, snags, or stains. The buttons can't be popped off. You need to look at all the shirts. You need to look at all the clothing, the pants, the shorts, the hats, everything. Because I guarantee you, the more that you look at, the more that you know, the more money you could potentially make. Now, one of the things I want to do, okay, I just gave you 5 online businesses you can start right now in your spare time. But one of the things I want to do, and I try to do with most of my videos, is give you some tips before you get started on any one of these online businesses. The number one tip that I have for everybody when it comes to creating an online business is to learn as much as humanly possible, and you can do this on Google, on YouTube, asking around in Facebook groups, even asking down in the comment section below. You can ask any question that you want to on any one of these businesses, and either myself or somebody else here inside the community will respond with hopefully a good answer. Now, that's the first thing you need to do, is you need to learn as much as humanly possible. However, learning without action is not going to get you anywhere. So because of that, I highly recommend you learn as much as possible, but at the same time, take what you learn and put it into action. If you can do this, it doesn't matter what online business you choose, because I can guarantee that if you're going to spend the time, you're going to devote that time, energy, and the tears, the blood, sweat, and tears into that business and just learning it, you're probably going to spend the time and actually put what you learned into action, which means you have a higher chance of actually making some money. The second tip when it comes to making money online and taking one of these online businesses and making it a successful business is you need to understand it's not going to just take a few hours and you're just going to know everything and your business is going to be up and running, it's going to be booming, day 2 you're a millionaire. That's not how online business works. So My second tip for you guys is to take the time and be patient with whatever business choice you decide on, because in the end, the business can be successful, but it all depends on you. So if you're not willing to put in the little bit of extra time to make sure it's successful, to put in the time and make sure that you don't fail right off the bat, to implement the steps that you learned when you were looking on YouTube and Google and asking around on Facebook groups. If you don't do this and you're not patient with your business, it doesn't matter which one you choose, you will fail. Tip number 3, and this is probably one of the most important tips when it comes to any business, is to reinvest your profit back into your business. And I say this because a lot of people see that when they start selling online or they create a YouTube channel and all of a sudden they're getting a $1,000 check or a $2,000 check, is that, okay, I got $2,000, I'm gonna go spend it on this new car, I'm gonna go buy this cool new watch and buy some earrings and a haircut and new wardrobe and all this stuff, and they blow through all their money and then their business is starting back at zero. Don't do that. Reinvest. If you can, reinvest 100% of that profit back into your business, and do this for about 4 to 5 months. If you can do this and you can be successful with it and you can reinvest 100% of your profits for 4 to 5 months, you're gonna have really a full-time business. Now, yes, it may go a little bit past just your spare time, but now your business might be making more money than your actual job, your 9 to 5, your main income source. And if that's the case, swap them. Make your main income source or your main income source now your side hustle. And this job that this online business that you created in your spare time is now your main income source. And so you just got to figure out which one has priority, which one doesn't. Tip number 4. Now, this is something that I had to talk to many people about, and it's something that I do pretty much consistently every single week, is I'm trying to get people to understand that just because I tell you it's going to take you less than 10 hours doesn't always mean it takes less than 10 hours. Sometimes a business, for whatever reason, takes a little bit longer because based on your skill set, based on that learning curve, maybe there's some technical issues, whatever it is. Sometimes a business does take longer. Maybe this business that you pick, whether it's an eBay business, a used clothing business, a service business, a YouTube channel, whatever, maybe it's going to take you, 5 hours in a single day. Well, maybe for over the course of the week, it takes you 20 hours in the first week to set everything up. I'm telling you, that's okay. Just because I say it takes 10 hours and it takes you 20 doesn't mean you're a failure. Doesn't mean that you can't do it. It just took a little bit longer. That's it. So my tip for you, again, is to be patient, but understand everybody's different. And if you can understand that, okay, and you can move past it, I guarantee you will be successful. Because most people, they don't. They are not successful because they quit. And those 3% that quit, again, are hired and working for the 97% of the people that actually push through. And the 5th and last tip that I have for you guys is to just understand you're taking a risk. It does take a little bit of time. It might take some money, but in the end, it's all for you. It's all for, to make your life better than it is right now. So with that said, take a risk. Don't be afraid. Don't care what anybody else thinks. Run your business the way you want to run it, because in the end, this is your business. This is your life, and it all depends on what you want to do with it. And that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, like always, and you learned something from this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you do that now so you don't miss any more of my videos, and I'll see you guys on the next one.